To my channel. Today I'm doing tonight, it's actually really late right now. It's past his bedtime. He's so sleepy. So he's just gonna stick his face in the crevices of my arms until he goes to bed. So anyways, I asked you guys on Instagram if you guys had any questions. I haven't done a question and answer video in like months. Yeah, I'm checking it right now. It was 9 months ago. Alright, so I'm pulling up the questions right now. There is quite a lot. I'm gonna do my best to get through a lot of them. So yeah, let's just get started. Okay, so the first question is by 4B_A_tool, and they asked, have you guessed people's signs and it turned out accurate? Yes, actually, I do it all the time. There was one experience that I have going out to dinner with my family. It was quite recent. I'm gonna guess like 5-6 months. That's not recent. What the fuck? But the waitress that we had was working 12 to 13 tables, but the way that she was working, I was like, Aries. She didn't have a notepad. It was all like in her head. And you could tell like she was trying to impress, but also do her work. So what happened was I was so focused on her eyes, and they reminded me of like a Scorpio or like a Gemini. Like it was very googly. Her moon was in Aries and her sun sign was Gemini. But yeah, I'm trying to test out the theory. The more that I practice, especially when I'm out in social settings, no one will notice, but I will be trying to guess your zodiac sign. And it's fun for me, so that's my little secret. Okay, so this one is by my cousin who's a Sagittarius. He lives in Turkey. I get along with him so well. He said, "Bırak şimdi videoyu falan. Neden bu kadar güzelsin? Özelden cevaplasana." Which pretty much translates to, forget the video, why are you so pretty? Give me an answer. So sweet. So now I'm gonna say it in Turkish. I don't think any of you guys have ever heard me speak Turkish. Çok naziksin. Herkese selam söyle, öptüm. So what I said translates to, you're so kind. Tell everyone I said hey, and kisses. The next question is by Yelled W. Yelled. How do you introduce astrology to other people? I have a good amount of knowledge about it, but it can be complicated. The rest got cut off, but I don't know why I did that. The way that I introduce astrology to people is, I think they can just tell. Like you can tell when someone loves something or when they're really passionate about it. Definitely do not force astrology on anybody. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that. Of course, in this day and age, astrology is all of a sudden starting to become very popular, even though it has been for a very long time. You know, it has its ups and downs. That's just with anything. It's like a belief system, just like how you believe in religion, or if you believe in aliens, or you believe in energy work. What is for you will always gravitate towards you, and what isn't will be rejected, and you just gotta listen to that. Do your research, know what you're talking about, and maybe you will convince people. If not, you know, maybe it's not for them. So this question is by Charlie_Koenig. I'm sorry, I'm like butchering everyone's names. Aquas love music. Who are your favorite current artists? Music is future. It's always evolving, always adapting, and it's technology, and Aquarius is ruled by technology. It can help a lot of signs, but specifically for Aquarians. And the reason for that is because music is a mental thing, but it also can express your feelings or your opinions. And so that is an easy escape route for an Aquarius, is they can use the mental, but then they can also have this route to express their opinions, their thoughts, you know, their emotions, etc. And it's just really easy for them. My favorite current artists, I will listen to anybody who's genuine, who talks about deep things. If you know me, you know that I love music that makes me think. My go-tos are always like J. Cole, Logic. I love Lupe Fiasco. I love Dunya. She's like up and coming. Kehlani, always. I'm really loving Shakira and Maluma's new song. It's called Clandestino, and I love those two together. My two favorite Aquarius, just like merging and creating such great music. And drop another rap post. It's coming, and it's called My Story. I will be posting it on my Instagram very, very soon, so if you don't follow me there, be sure to go follow me there. I have a few other rap posts, songs that I wrote, and I'm very proud of it. So yeah, check it out. Okay, so this one is by Kmart Bay. And they asked, do you think that there can be a lasting relationship between an Aquarius woman and a Pisces man? Yes, I think that you can create a really healthy relationship with any zodiac sign, honestly. So as for your question, I do believe that an Aquarius woman and a Pisces man can work it out. The only thing that I would suggest is if the Aquarius woman taps into her emotions. And the Pisces man doesn't reject his emotions, because it starts to flip. Piscean energy is feminine and Aquarian energy is masculine. So if the Aquarius woman acknowledges her emotions, is affectionate, which the Piscean man will bring that side out of her, it will be very magical. There's a lot of room to support one another here. You can definitely grow. But the Pisces man also has to communicate more. Oh my god, I love this question. So this is by _honeybit. And they asked, what is the first fully formed memory you have of being alive? Ooh, that is really good. That's really good. Obviously, I'm not gonna know what it was like coming out of my mama's womb. I was probably wet, pissed off, put me back in. Why am I on Earth? It would have to be when I felt like I didn't want to live anymore. I hate getting into that topic because that's not something that I ever want to go back to. But, you know, there was a time where I just didn't see like the point of anything. And that was a dark, dark period in my life. So when I got out of that, it felt like I had just come out of drowning, and like I saw trees for the first time and birds and like my parents, and I'm like, you know, my cat, school, routine, life, that type of stuff I started to appreciate. When I started journaling more, it became clearer for me like why I'm alive, what's my purpose. So that is my first formed memory of me being like feeling alive, and I'm so glad that I can keep practicing that, because I do have a purpose, and I am proud of myself, and I do love myself, and I do feel like, you know, I make mistakes, but I can learn from them, and that's what makes me appreciate living and feeling alive. This question is by Vesquez Belinda 7. And it's, any advice on how to feel confident about yourself? Pep talks, quotes. This is a good question too. A tip that I have when you walk into a room is knowing that you have and you're working on having a clean heart. You know, there's some people who have really bad intentions, but they walk into a room like they own it. But like, you don't understand that behind that wall, it's actually crumbling. In order to know who you are, you have to do a lot of research on psychology, sociology, you know, other people, astrology. You know, you want to surround yourself, you want your environment to be safe, you want the right people around you in order for yourself to feel confident. And you also own up to your mistakes, own up to your flaws. Xander_Anderson asks, what is the fascinating thing about astrological events? I'm assuming that they're talking about like moon shifts and eclipses and retrogrades. Is that I feel like I know what I'm getting myself into. I know what's like about to happen, not in terms of events, but I know what will happen to my mood changes, like the retrogrades. I knew some shit was gonna go down. Gumza Chinar 0104 asks, how long has it been since I've seen you? I grew up with Gumza. Hi girl. It's been a while since I've seen you. I hope you're doing really well, and I do miss you, so let's catch up soon. She's so sweet. Like, I just remember going to camp with her, and she had such a like a very calm, motherly nature about her that I really, really like. Dulce Undefined asked, who is your favorite element to date? Fire, air, water, or earth? Damn, that's a hard one. Fuck. I know who it is, but I just like, I don't know if I want to say it. All right, water. I like dating water. But lately, I've been getting into the fire. So I don't know, I feel like I like fire too. Water and fire. Pimp Baby C asks, what did you major in college? I majored in psychology. I'm hoping to get my master's very soon in industrial psychology. But mine had to have business in it. I feel like I can use astrology in business. It's a very popular field. Alan She asks, what is your birth time? My birth time is 5:30 in the morning. My parents got confused, mostly my dad. He's like, oh no, you were born at night. And my mom's like, it was morning. But he doesn't know he was too tired, okay? She was screaming, popping me out. Thalia_Gabrielle_19 asks, what is the most interesting thing that you have discovered about yourself through astrology? 100% the fact that I have 6 planets in Pisces. For a long time, I was rejecting my emotions. And the second I learned about vulnerability, thank you so much to Brene Brown, after I watched her The Power of Vulnerability video, changed my entire life. I started researching and getting into emotions. I started studying water signs, you know, my friends, my family, whatever. Asking them questions, and it all started to make sense why I was suppressing all of it. So that has to be the one thing that I love about astrology. Tumblr Fave1 asks, how to start self-love and what to do. I truly do believe that the first thing that your parents or your guardian should teach you before the sex talk or before relationships and drugs or alcohol, whatever, it should be self-love. Media shows us one thing and society shows us something else, and we're all very, very insecure about certain topics and certain things about our bodies and our mental health, and it's just, the world isn't perfect. We're still evolving. So my advice on like how to start self-love is put in the work. It's like a job. You go to work to get money, right? So self-love is going to work on yourself. Finding out what your traumas are, finding out what makes you tick, finding out what you love and what you don't love, and accepting your flaws and accepting other people's flaws, because at the end of the day, what you think about yourself is how you think about other people. But everyone's self-love journey is really different, and do not rush it. Chemical_romance_lover_is_here. I love your username. Asked, favorite thing to do during your free time? Oh, I know this. Writing music, and what else? I love reading, sitting on my steps, like in front of my house, and just watching the cars kind of whiz by, listening to the birds. I love going to Panera Bread by myself and getting a chicken Thai salad with the green tea and just sitting there and people watching. It's like my favorite thing to do. Or going to the movies by myself. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things. Peachy Horchata asks, what have you come to learn and or what insights have you gained from this retrograde season? Amazing question. Thank you so much for that. Damn, where do I start? I let a lot of people in. It felt like my doors were all open, so like anybody could just walk in, like evil people, good people. I've learned that my patience is impeccable. The fact that I got through that, because I was very angry about a lot of things, all the things that I thought I kind of healed started to pent up and pent up and pent up. I couldn't speak. I just felt restricted. I felt like, speak your truth, and I couldn't. It just felt like a lot of people around me were just like taking advantage. I There's just so much mistreatment. I actually had to talk about this with my Aquarius friend. She said that on the second eclipse, she just broke down crying, and so did I. So yes, I've gained patience. I've learned to appreciate my patience and silence. It can be very effective, and it definitely came in handy during retrograde season. I don't know, it was really hard. Really, really hard, and it's still kind of hard. But I think, you know, I'm all up for learning, even if it means that I'm gonna drown. Aqua_Volta asked, if you ruled the world, what is one thing you would change about the world? I don't know. I don't think one person can do all that work. Alright, maybe if you collectively grab like a bunch of Aquarians and you're like, get to work, humanitarians, and we're like, okay, let's do this. But I don't think I could do it by myself. I would need a team of like really life-changing and extraordinary, good-hearted people. And just like, boom, get to work. You know? SNK asks, how do you make yourself cry when you know you need to and it just doesn't come out anymore? First off, I wouldn't force yourself to cry, but I understand where you're coming from. It feels like a tear trickles down and you're like, there's more, like I'm feeling something but I can't pinpoint what it is. And there's just so much going on. Which one do I focus on? And I think what usually helps is if someone else comes up to you and is like, is everything okay? And then everything just starts pouring out. Or like you hold it and then you go hide and everything comes out. So what's worked for me is I would purposely put myself in public when I'm feeling very, very emotional. And if I still feel like I need to cry in public, I'll hold it until I get home, or I'm in my car like alone, and then everything just starts coming out. What that does is when you're in public, you feel like, you know, at least one person will judge you, or you feel like at least one person will ask you what's wrong. Now you never know what's going to happen. You don't know what someone's going to ask you or tell you if they do see you crying or they see you upset. So what that does is it tricks your mind into thinking, it's kind of like holding your pee. When you're holding your pee and you're like, oh my god, when I go home, or like when I'm alone, obviously you're gonna go into the bathroom alone, and then you just like feel so relieved after you take a piss. It's kind of like that. Fluid is coming out of you and it's suppressed. Just tell yourself in that moment, okay, I think that's all that's coming out right now. Maybe in a couple of hours, maybe tomorrow, you know. And then don't schedule it, but just let it flow on its own time. Lcakes_ asks, will you ever visit Montreal, Canada? I would love to visit Montreal, Canada. Your prime minister is fine as hell. Only because he's a Capricorn. What? It's only a couple of hours from me, so I feel like that should be somewhere that I should definitely consider going. Maybe. Soon. We'll see. So Callie Anguiano asked, if you could pick your ideal sun, moon, and rising signs, what would they be? Pisces, for sure. Moon sign, Capricorn. And my rising sign, Aquarius. Yeah. Suprius_E asked, bucket list of life events you want to do. I want to go bungee jumping, skydiving. Yes, I do. I want to visit 10 countries before the age of 40. I want to give my parents their own home, and I want them to be relaxed and not have to stress about money or anything like that. Create a charity for orphan children. I want to live in Japan for a year. I know that's kind of crazy, but yeah, I want to live in Japan for a year. And one more thing, I want to be in a long-term committed relationship in the next year and a half. Am I manifesting that? Probably. Go home, period. Edwin asks, which do you feel like the most? Your rising sign, your sun sign, or your moon sign? My moon sign comes out when I'm connecting with people, which is all the time. So I would say my moon sign, Pisces. I feel like a Pisces. BarbieDoll.Bree asks, advice to anyone trying to start a YouTube channel. Now the general advice that you get is like, just start, create thick skin because you get haters and all that. love what you do. Yes, I'm just here to tell you real shit. It depends on the person, it depends on the content. Do not give in to what other people expect. And it's awesome that people can create careers on YouTube. I think that's phenomenal. Incredible, actually, like that we're in that day and age where you can make money doing what you love and it can be easy. Yes, you're gonna have people that support you, but you're also going to have people that do not support you, and you can't tell the difference. So if you veer your vibe to what other people want, you're gonna lose that creativity, you're gonna lose that motivation. Just do what you want. If the right people support you, they're going to understand that you have different needs. And if they don't support you, well, there's other channels. Danica Jama asked, how do I know if it's my intuition or just fear? Your intuition is your gut instinct. It's what your brain and your heart connect on, and it gives you like a physical feeling, or it takes you into like deja vu, or you have a dream. And fear is just fear, so it could be like a phobia, it could be traumatic. When you are having an intuitive experience, you will start to notice that it connects to your visuals. So you'll see signs, numbers, but when you fear something or someone, it blocks off your vision. You don't see anything. And then when you're telling someone like, I'm scared, I can't do it, someone's telling you, oh, just do it, but you can't, you don't listen. You block off everything, including your vision. You're only focused on something that's going to hurt you or potentially hurt you. So G20218 asks, why people take Aquarians' outspoken nature as their aggressiveness. When an Aquarius gets very passionate about something, which is not too often, it needs to come out. Every detail, all the things that they learned about it or that they have opinions on, and their feelings and everything just start coming to the surface, and a lot of people won't be able to handle it. And Aquarius also thinks about like what the other person might say, and it's just like spitfire, everything's coming out. And then if people don't listen, which most of the time, if an Aquarius is getting into a controversial topic, people tend to just have their own views on it, and Aquarius will respect that. But for the most part, an Aquarius doesn't want to hold back on anything, and that might hit a wall. Underscore Atikla2 asks, what's your favorite thing about astrology? All of it. I love astrology so much. So much. If I could marry it, I probably could. But I can't, so FML. I like that there's layers to people. You know, like scientists and doctors and psychologists, they'll tell you people are paradoxes. It's so intriguing that there's so many people walking this earth and not one person is the same as the other. Your natal chart comes into play as it's your blueprint. No one can copy that. You are a star. You are a particle on this very earth that has a purpose, and only you know that. So when you dive deep into astrology, you find whatever that is. And who doesn't want to know what their purpose is? Who doesn't want to feel fulfilled? So when I talk about it to strangers or like my friends and stuff, I love when my friends get into it, or they're like, teach me more. And I'm like, okay. They let me talk about it, and we talk about it for like hours and stuff, so that's fun. But like my family's into it now for like for a couple of years now, so it's the fact that like I had that influence on them because I loved something and I have a passion for it. It's so cool to see the ripple effects. It means I'm doing something right and that void is filled. Woo! We are all done. Yeah. These were some really great questions, guys. Thank you so much for sending them. I can tell that they were really thought out. I'm so happy to answer them. I tried my best to get through all of them. There were so many, but I Again, I picked the ones that a lot of people could relate to or had the most questions on. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and let me know in the comments below if you related to any of the questions or you have more questions. I'll probably add it to another question and answer video. I just want to say a quick thank you to all of you who supported and reached out to me and messaged me all your love and your screenshots of you watching the new Netflix series Explained. There's a new episode called Astrology, and I was featured in it. Like, it's a quick snippet, but that to me is a huge deal and a huge accomplishment on my end. So I hope that you guys have a good day or night wherever you are in the world. This alien is out, and I will see you guys very, very soon.